The papyrus, put it on my table every month. I don't wanna miss it. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it is, it's so inviting. The papyrus, we're all so online. The papyrus.
Hello, welcome to the Papyrus TV Africa. And this is your program, the Papyrus 45, Jalingo, Taraba State. Today, we are here to speak to Honorable Nelson C LEN. He is a member representing Nguroje Constituency here in Taraba State. And he is going to be our personality of the week. So come with me as we go and speak to the Honorable.
Put it on my table every month. I don't wanna miss it. Don't even try to hide it. No, I don't wanna lose it. And you see how it.
Okay, Honorable, it's nice to have us in your house today. We are grateful. You have a beautiful house, I must say.
Thank you very much, and you're welcome.
Thank you. So, as a young man, you have led your people. You were an advisor to the previous governor, and now you got an elected position. I could be wrong. Maybe there are other things you've done in the past. Could you tell us more about yourself and how the journey has been?
Yeah, you're right to an extent. I was an advisor to the then the immediate past governor, and I am an elected official today in the state House of Assembly, representing my people from Nguroje Constituency. I must say the journey has not been an easy one. The journey has been a very tough one, but all thanks to God who saw me through all those hurdles and those challenging moments to this point. It has been an awesome, even though tough, but an awesome journey.
Okay, so when you say tough, especially for young people who are hoping to tread the path you are on right now, how much of toughness do you think they should expect? Can you take us into that journey, maybe a little experience that will help us understand the toughness you meant?
Yeah, the toughness I meant is, first of all, you have to learn how to deal with yourself. You have to start believing that no one will leave you until you believe in yourself. And it is always tough when nobody sees the picture of what you sees. And it is always difficult even in your closest moment, when nobody tries to understand or key into the dreams and the vision that you have, even though they are for good. So it becomes tough even within you before you even start the journey. So it has been this tough because when the whole journey started, a lot of people believed it was this normal euphoria of young people coming out. They also want to show themselves. They also want to just come out and feel belonged in the political class or election processes. But deep within me, that was not it. I was coming out for service, and I was coming out as a go-getter. So I decided to believe in myself even when nobody believed in the cause. But I believed in myself, and then for the very few that stood by and then saw the young man's enthusiasm and stood by it. So the journey has not really been a funny one, an easy one, because from well-wishers that's where, and from loved ones that were at a point, a lot of people turned me down, a lot of people turned the journey down, a lot of people called it it was a child's play. A lot of people say it's not possible in the area of such caliber of ethnic combination. A lot of people felt it was like a journey to the sun. You know how difficult it will be, not to the moon, because we've had one, or we've had people get to the moon, but the sun, it was like a journey to the sun, which was very impossible. But here are we today.
So in the midst of that, what would you say kept you going?
First of all, I must be honest to myself. The first thing that kept me going was my belief in God, my trust in God was what kept me going, because at a point I had to talk with him. I wasn't praying, I had to talk with him, and we went into agreement. And he told me he was going to stand by the journey. So that belief, that alone gave me the strength to stand, the inspiration to keep pushing. That was one of the belief. And then for the few people that kept telling me, if not for your sake, look back and look at the people down there. Don't give up for their sake. Keep going. So that kept me going.
That is serious.
Yeah.
And you are here today.
Yes.
After you won the election, did you believe, though God told you? You know, God tells people something. When he told Abraham that he was going to have a child at that age, he believed God, but there was a little doubt.
Yes.
When you won eventually and you were announced,
Yes,
and you received your certificate of return, could you tell us through how the experience was?
honestly,
How you felt, rather?
yes, actually and honestly, the experience, just as I earlier said, it was awesome, but to a certain extent, I wasn't really carried away, because I saw it coming. Only the people that never saw it coming. I had one person that believed in this cause. Today, I think I'm going to say it out. A lot of people never understood. His Excellency, the Governor, Dr. Kefas, he believed in this cause.
Oh, really?
I tell you. He always tell me in our cruises, he would tell me that, I believe you can do it. They've said you can't, people have said you can, but I believe you can do it. Till the last minute, he believed I will come up. He believed I was going to win the elections. And not only being a governor, he's a man of God. So we've prayed together, we do pray together, and we know that God hasn't failed us, and he has never failed. So at that point, when I got the certificate of return as duly elected and returned by the election umpire, which is the INEC, I was like, God, finally, you have proven yourself, and then it is time to tell the people that there was something different that we are coming to do.
Okay, this is the first time you'll be going into an office that is like lawmaking. I don't think you've ever done anything in the lawmaking aspect arm of the government before.
Yeah.
This will be the first time. How do you think you're going to catch up and be able to attract the dividends of democracy to your people in this aspect as a lawmaker?
Yeah, this is my first time of going into such an office as an elected official or as a lawmaker. But I want to tell you, it shouldn't be my first time of having the people at heart or bringing up something that will affect the people positively. Shouldn't be my first time. I've taught some routes that I believe the people believed in. That was why they stood by me. First of all, before you attract any dividends of democracy to your people, you must first of all know why you're there. You must first of all know their aspirations. You must first of all know what are the thoughts of your people. Most of these people you see down there, that we look at them and then we just over them, they have thoughts that they wish that thought would have been translated into deeds. They have it. You first of all have to know their thoughts, and then become that thoughts translated into that deeds that they had always wished for. And that is one thing that I am going into the house, or I am in the house to do. I am not in the house just to make laws for the sake of having so many laws credited to my name, or so many bills at the end of every annum credited to my name. No, I am looking at bills and laws that will have direct bearings on the people, laws that will have direct benefits to the constituents that pushed me to be in that place. Apart of that, there are other things that you have to take up as a person. First of all, before you see any leader working for the people, first of all, it's not the office that makes such a leader to work for the people. That leader, first of all, must have the love of the people at heart. He must first have humanity at heart before he could even start having the minds to do anything for the people. Otherwise, even if they give you an office of the president, if you don't have the people at heart, I bet you will not do anything for them. You must sleep with the people in your mind. You must wake up with them in your mind. You must walk around with them in your thoughts. You must, whatever you're doing, you must always remember them. Every 30 minutes, you must, whatever you're doing, let your mind reflect back at those people that brought you. What are these people expecting? What are they waiting for? What are they going through? How can I walk and see how I can at least salvage the situation? At least how I can bring succor to them. Yes, we cannot do 100%, but we can do much. We can do much that will bring up the way of living of the people to an average.
Okay. I don't know you much. I think I have just met you a few months ago. But the attributes, one of your greatest attributes from Grapevine is that your humility. Now, I don't know whether that is true. If you confirm that that is true, then my question would be that how do you want to use that as a weapon to be able to attract some things for your people? You know you're a lawmaker. Your job is just going to make laws that will impact your people. But with that humility, how do you think you can swindle it to be able to have a fantastic relationship with the speaker, the commissioners, and what have you not, and the governor? I believe you have a relationship, but how do you intend to swindle that to be able to sustain that relationship to bring a massive development to your people?
Thank you very much. You see, people say patience is a virtue, but not just patience. Humility is more virtue than patience, because you have to be humble to be able to know what your next step is. You have to be humble to be able to know who is that gatekeeper that you've got. You have to be humble to know who is that helper that you need. At every level in life, at every point in life, for everyone, there is that gatekeeper that you need. There is that helper that you need at every point. So having my humility being used to attract dividends or attract positive development for my people is one thing that I don't see it as something that I can't flog. I don't see it as that, because I am one person from day one of my life. I don't see myself struggling to be humble. I don't see myself. It is in me. I have grown with it, and it is one thing that keeps me going, being humble and knowing that the next step is not guaranteed. That's what has kept me going, and that's what I am going to leverage on. If I need to get to your office and go on my knee to beg for my people, I'll do it. If I need to leave this state and go outside the coffers of this state to beg for my people, I will do it. If I need to go to the governor and get on my knee to beg just for my people, I will do it. It doesn't tell. The office, honestly, is just, as I will always say, it's just a platform. It's a platform we've all looked for to give back to humanity, and that is what I'll do. I'm talking about the speaker, and we are one big family in the house, so we are standing by each other. He's our leader in the house, and just one among equal, but he's a leader, and you know, he's an experienced legislator. He's been there for several times, and so far he's doing very well, and we are so proud and excited to have him at the helm of affairs. And for the commissioners, we are yet to have them on board, and we trust the sense of judgment of the governor. He's an intelligent young man. He's a human, someone I call humanity personified. So we trust his sense of judgment for those he's going to bring on board. We are sure they'll fit into the boat as we sail together.
Okay, I think being a young man will play in your interest if you really have humility, like you say, because if someone sees you kneeling down to the governor, it's not going to be odd, because you're not an old man that is kneeling down. So I think you could just play with that in your favor. Okay, back to Not Too Young to Run. That was the bill that started during Goodluck Jonathan. It preceded President Muhammadu Buhari, and then now we have President Tinubu, and we've seen a lot of people in power, like Yahya Bello, and now we have Kefas, you know. When Obugado was contesting for Nasarawa, a lot of people were like, okay, the youth are coming over to take over. Do you think the youth have something to do better than what the elders are doing right now? Because you're a young man in politics, so I could ask you that question.
You see, When you talk about the not too young to run bill, I want to believe such bill, I beg to be corrected, was born out of certain decisions that I want to tag selfish.
Okay.
Why do I say so? Because those that sponsored the bill of not too young to run, if you want to talk about it, you find out in the last election, they were not the people fronting the not too young to run. So I don't see anything different from any young man. We are all young, but we all have our uniqueness. We are different in our own ways, in our dealings, and what have you. You could be young and be reckless. You could be young and not be reckless. You could be responsible. So these are the uniqueness I'm talking about. So you don't expect to give leadership to Mr. A and expect that Mr. A should do better than Mr. B.
Just because he's
just
young.
because he's young. You have to first of all try it. We've tried some young people, which you've mentioned some people, and we've seen how far they've gone. We've seen what, if we want to base on that, then we will erase the young people out of leadership. But then we have to bring them on board. We have to bring them on board. There are, among the hundreds, there are still about 80 to 70% that are young people that are there to serve, that has the vision, have those ideas, have those burning in them to deliver. We have those people. We still have to bring them on board. Today, our governor is a young man. And in this administration, you can tell in the house today, we have young people. And the difference, there's that desire in every young person to deliver, to carve a niche for himself or herself. And these are some of the things we must consider before talking about the not too young to run, not generalizing it. We must point and pick out those young people that are irresponsible. Sorry to use this, that are irresponsible to leadership. Most of the young people are coming for the euphoria of the offices. That's it. And some of the young people are coming because they have humanity at heart. Just as I said, you must first of all have humanity at heart to be able to lead and not rule.
Okay, so Honorable Nelson, C LEN is telling us that it shouldn't just be about young people. It should be about young people who have the heart to serve. And it can also be about older people that have served us very well. We'll continue to use them. So right now we'll take a break, and when we will come back, we will conclude the interview.
The papyrus, put it on my table every month.
Welcome back, and this has been me, Dofan Damsa, speaking to Honorable Nelson C LEN, Honorable Member representing Nguroje State Constituency in Taraba State, Jalingo. We're seated here right in his house. If you're just joining us, we have talked about so many things. Honorable, what do you expect from the governor? You've said that he is humanity personified. That means that you have high expectations for him, as well as Tarabans. Since I've came into Taraba, I've been speaking to people. It's like hope rekindled. It's like people are hopeful that this is, anywhere I go to, they say it was like this, but we are hoping that Kefas will do this. What are your expectations as a person, a Taraban, and then your expectation as a House of Assembly member representing your people? And what do you think the governor could do to your people that would make them say that, oh, Kefas has really satisfied our desire and our expectations?
Thank you. As a person, I'll be very simple. I expect positive performance from the governor. For the little time I have known him, he's someone that believes in it is workable. He doesn't believe in this thing cannot work. There's always a way around to make it work. So I believe as a person that hope, just as every other citizen sees it as hope renewed, I believe that not only the hope has been renewed, but he is going to deliver.
Amen.
As a person, as a legislator that is working with him to achieve this vision of his. He is the mandate of the vision. He's carrying the mandate. We are here to stand by him and to support him succeed in that mandate. I want to believe that he has this desire in him to see that he leaves Taraba better than how he met it. He leaves Taraba more enviable than it is today. He is this person that I have seen him for the few months that he's been in office. You can tell there are certain things that he has done that the state has yearned for in the past that has not been. And I can tell you that his love for humanity is what is going to give him that edge above others, because he's already showing you must have that human feelings in you to be able to succeed. You must see pain and call it pain. You must see downfall and call it downfall for you to be able to succeed. You must not paint black to be blue for you to succeed. And these are the things he's already doing. And I see him succeeding already. Because if he cannot believe that his child can be in point A, and he is not also believing that the child of Mr. B should not be in that point A, then what are we talking about? He's already succeeding. If he believes that he has a good life and the son of nobody should always also have a good life, that's all. He is a fair and just leader, and that's the first quality of any successful leader. He must be fair and just to protect lives and property. And that in quote, life and property that they are sworn to is not just the life we see and the properties we see, but the good life you give to the people, the average life you give to every city that you swore to protect. So I see him succeeding in this cause as the governor, because he has the vision and he has put it down and he's running with it already, and we are following him at the speed he is. I am telling you, in the next 1 year we should be talking about something else and not putting Taraba on the map of not just the country but the world.
Thank you. Do you have a last word for the people of Taraba, your constituency, and the youth generally, please?
Yes, I have few words for the youths in particular. I want to call on the youth to have this sense of togetherness. One thing that breaks the bond of the youth is not allowing or always believing that it must be me, and if not me, it shouldn't be another youth. We should always stand by each other to deliver for the state. Let's put Taraba first to Tarabans. This is the message I have for Tarabans. To my constituents, I am humbled, and I am once again thankful to them for believing in me and for giving me this mandate, which I am sure they have seen the little that I have put on ground, and they believe that I wouldn't fail. And I want to tell them, by the grace of God, hopefully and prayerfully, we are going to work to see that we leave the constituency better than we met it. Thank you very much.
Amen. So that has been Honorable Nelson C. And this is your program, the Papyrus 45, Jalingo Taraba. We've come to the end of the program. But you know what? Keep this time with us, 6:30 p.m. every Monday on this channel. Bye-bye. I will see you again.
Papyrus.